Okay, so Carolyn Smith of Inspired Fitness Solutions has been a personal trainer for 22 years, but has been training herself for over 30. Sorry. She's passionate about sharing health and fitness with others so they can lead their optimal life. Her wish for you all is to be proactive about living your best life and prioritizing yourself now so that you don't say, if only. As a sole business operator, it's easy to let your health and fitness slide, citing you don't have time because you have to work, as you need more clients or your family needs you. But Carolyn can attest that if you don't look after yourself, stress will kick in and you'll become ill, therefore no good to anyone. What happens then? She has 3 key areas for you to work on that don't need hours of dedication. One does need 8 hours. Wonder what that could be. Over to you, Carolyn.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So yeah, I want to give you guys my top 3 tips for better health and fitness as a business owner. And so yeah, the first one does need that 8 hours, and it is sleep. All right. So there are so many reasons that we need so much more sleep. And you know, there's some of the stats actually. If you regularly get less than 6 hours of sleep a night, it's actually quite dangerous because it's the equivalent to drinking and driving. So if you go out, you know, and you're regularly getting sort of 5 to 6 hours, and I know there are a lot of people that say that they function on that. I have no idea how, but anyway, yeah, it's the equivalent to actually 0.05 driving drunk because you're impaired, you know. So when you're not getting enough sleep, then, you know, it decreases your reaction time. It will decrease your productivity levels when you're at home on the computer or wherever you are in an office. It actually impairs your, impaired sleep actually damages your brain and your mood. So, you know, if you know people that do have even anxiety, depression, they probably need more sleep as well. Because what happens is when we sleep, we flush out toxins out of our brain. You know, we're more prone to higher levels of cortisol, which is stress. So the other thing is that, and this is a really big thing for people that, you know, might want to try and lose weight, is that you'll probably find you'll eat more when you don't get enough sleep. All right. So it actually increases your I'm full hormones by 15%, and actually, it decreases your I'm full hormones and increases your I'm hungry hormones by 15%, just by not getting enough sleep. So that means you're probably more likely to eat more junk food as well. All right. Also, your thyroid levels decrease, which means that your metabolism will decrease. And what happens is when we sleep, that's when all our fat burning actually happens. So if you're not sleeping as much, or if you're not allowing, you know, that full 8 hours, and you're only getting 5 to 6 hours, you're only getting 5 to 6 hours of fat burning, whereas I'm getting 8 hours. So it actually really does help with your weight loss. And also because less sleep decreases your insulin sensitivity, which means that you need more insulin to, you know, burn up all those sugars as well. So there's loads of reasons that we actually need more sleep. So that's the first thing that I would encourage people to do. And you can do that as little. Also, what you need to do, especially now, it's probably easier to do now because of daylight saving. Also, eat during daylight hours. So our bodies, you know, our clock, you know, goes by daylight and darkness. So we want to sleep when it's dark and also be up and active when it's daylight. And if you do struggle to go to sleep, then or get more sleep, just start with even 15 minutes of increasing it. But you want to keep a pattern. It's got to be regular. You've got to get up at the same time and go to bed at the same time and get that routine. All right. So that is the big key as well. Okay. Now, the second thing is scheduling. Schedule your exercise as if it was a meeting, and it is the most important meeting of your day. I cannot stress that enough. So as little as 15 minutes, and that's why I created my ebooks. I've got volumes 1 and 2. Volume 1 only has, body weight exercises, and volume 2 actually uses a resistance band. So even if you were to do 30 minutes a day, it's only 2% of your day. All right. You can also chunk it down. So if you don't have a 30-minute block to do your exercise, then break it down. And you might do 3 10-minute blocks, morning, lunchtime, and afternoon. Maybe you want to break it into, 6 5-minute blocks. And you just pick 2 or 3 exercises that you just do like 1 round or a couple of rounds of each. That way you're not going to get all hot and sweaty, but you're getting that little break in, all right, over the day. Because what they actually say also is that, if you're sitting all day and then you go and exercise, sometimes that can be more detrimental to you. And that's why a lot of heart attacks actually happen first thing in the morning, because people have slept all night and then they get up and go for a run and they have a heart attack. Because, they haven't been warmed up or they haven't been doing activities throughout the whole day. Now, I get asked, what is the best time of the day to exercise? And the short answer is whenever you can. All right, that's it. There are more optimal times than others, but at the end of the day, whenever you can do it. Now, I think it helps if you actually do have a class to attend. All right. And group sessions are always, great because they build morale, you make friends, and, you can, compete with other people if you're a competitive person, whatever that might be, but you get support as well in a group. Also, I have online sessions. So, if people that, again, want to do it from home, I always suggest that you go and do it at a park, you go outside and do it in your backyard. I try and then do them outside. Because that way you're getting the fresh air, because that's one of the other things also, getting fresh air. People just don't get enough. And that's why I love doing outdoor group training. All right. So what else? The other thing is also the best type of exercise for you to do, if you want bang for your buck, if you're doing those short exercises, resistance training. If you are not doing resistance training, you must add it in. Okay. It is just not negotiable. It has to be resistance training, whether that's body weight or using bands or weights. Okay. So you can speak to me more about that. And I can give you some more ideas on that as well, because I need to get onto tip number 3, which is planning your nutrition. All right. So this is where Kate ties in nicely with her program that she's going to be doing. So, failing to plan means planning to fail. So I get out my clothes the night before work, because if I'm up early or I need to, plan because I'm going to shower at the gym or whatever I'm going to be doing because I'm on the go, I plan it the night before. Plan your food, okay? Whether that may be that you plan on a Sunday, a week's worth of meals or whatever that might be, and you go shopping and you write your shopping list, because otherwise, if you wander around aimlessly, that's when you buy crap, okay? And I think the biggest thing is snacks. I'm really big on making, healthy snacks and having those available. And that's where my, my plant-based protein powders come in, because I make lots of things with those, and my shakes. So if you are on the go and you need something healthy, I always have my shakes on hand, because I'm getting 15 plants from those, and they're quite filling and they're healthy. All right. So yeah, I do use my nutrition program as my backup against, you know, little naughty snacks that might, you know, creep in every now and then. Because I know I don't have a perfect diet. No one does. But, you know, I like to buy like those steam fresh packs, you know, things like that. So I've always got vegetables on hand if I need something to eat. As I said, I use my shakes to make my little chocolate treats. So I make my own chocolate bars, little protein balls, you know, smoothies. I make chocolate mousse. I make chia puddings. So all of these things that are really quick and easy and healthy, that's what I love. And yeah, always try and get your fruits and veggies in, because we don't eat enough of those, okay, as a society, and they're more important than ever. So that is my 10 minutes. God, that went so quick. So I hope you got something out of, you know, those 3 tips that you can carry on into your work day. And if you do have any questions, then yeah, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. There we go.
Yeah, thanks, Carolyn. And I agree. There's lots of good tips. If you want further detail or personalised